Okay, welcome to episode 74 of the CosCast. Whoop whoop!
Yay!
Yay! We are here today with a super guest, Superhero Girl Creations. Welcome. Today, the main theme is the history of cosplay, which is super exciting.
Yes.
So we're going to learn some stuff today. But before we do that, let me introduce myself. I am, as always, your main host, Pixie Dust Cosplay. And with me, I have my fantastic co-hosts.
Annabella Cosplay.
And then Yasia Cosplay.
Welcome, ladies. Did you all have a nice weekend?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Keeping it short and sweet. So before we go into the interview and the main theme of everything, let's talk a little bit about cosplay progress. Have we been working on something cosplay related this week?
No. Too tired. Spill Expo has worn me totally off. So now cosplay season is over for me, at least.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same. I mean, I've been working on videos and photo editing, so that's kind of cosplay related. So yeah. I'm going to count that.
Yeah, well, I'm working on videos too, so sort of cosplay related, but I have not made anything.
Yeah. And Yosia, how about you?
No, I'm still taking a little break.
Yeah, still taking. And what about our guest? Have you been working on anything?
Yeah. Bits and pieces. I'm working on a Fallout suit. I've been working on that for a year because cultivation and stuff. And Furiosa, I'm always working with that and trying to be productive.
Yes, because Furiosa is going to be your NCC costume. Isn't that so? Yeah. That'll be exciting to see the progress on that stuff.
I'm excited too. I may regret it and choose something else after Christmas, but I hopefully not.
Well, at least you've chosen something challenging, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That arm's not going to be easy to fake.
Yeah, I'm going to keep both my arms. And,
You're not?
Yeah.
All right. Then let's move into the next segment of our show, which is cosplay news. Now, I've added all of the cosplay news items in the comment section in the video, so you can check that out after the show if you're curious about any of the things we're going to mention. So first off is I wanted to share some really cute Disney Princess kimono fan art by an artist known as StarShaowMagician. So I'm going to do that. There we go. Super prepared here today, guys. Totally. I promise. There we go. These are so cute and so pretty. This is Cinderella. And Little Mermaid. I just thought they were really, really cute. So this was posted on geekxgirls.com earlier this week, I think.
Cute.
Yeah. So you should totally check out this fella.
Maybe we should do like a Disney princess kimono group.
Oh, yes. It would be so fun.
Oh, Belle.
Yes. It's so pretty. And Tinkerbell has a short one, and it's so cute. And I want to make them all.
Yes.
So that's some inspiration for all of you guys if you're looking for a new fun project. Maybe this is it.
Cool.
Yes. The next piece of news on our list is that cosplay on Kotaku.com, the best cosplay from Blizzcon, has been posted over there. So if you want to check out all of the awesome cosplays that could be caught at Blizzcon, you should check this out.
Yes, there was so much cool stuff from Blizzcon. You should just search Blizzcon and go on the hashtag on Instagram and just like all the pictures because there's so many amazing cosplayers.
Totally. Let's see, what was the next piece of news? Oops, sorry. That was not supposed to go there. Yes, the Nintendo Switch. This was reported by spelmagasin.blog.no. It's rumored to not be very expensive. So the new console from Nintendo will probably cost somewhere around 2,500, 2,600 Norwegian krone, around $250. So that's not so bad. I think that's pretty affordable.
Awful.
Yes, it looks kind of clunky, but once you get it out of the docking pad, it's not so bad. I kind of like this.
Yeah.
So my hubby is a Nintendo fan from his youth, so we're obviously going to have to buy this at some point. That's just the way it is. And also one of the next ones, yes, Cecilie R. Hilsen, as you might remember, the Norwegian contestant from the Euro Cosplay Championship, has made her own YouTube channel recently called Ridgeback Creations. And she's posted her first video, which is a DIY Mandrake from Harry Potter tutorials. You should all go subscribe to her and check her out because she's super awesome.
Yes.
So
She's really awesome.
And the last piece of news that I have, at least, is that the premiere date for Star Wars Rogue One has been announced. It will be on the 14th of December. And the tickets are going live tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. And you can only buy them by showing up at Coliseum, the cinema, and purchasing the tickets. And the premiere will be held at 10 o'clock on the 14th of December. And it will be shown in 3D. So for those of you who don't like 3D, you're probably not going to want to attend the premiere. But for all of the other people, it'll be awesome, I think.
Yeah, probably gonna be a lot of people sleeping outside Coliseum then.
Yeah, but they didn't announce it until like today, so I don't think a lot of people know about it yet, unless they subscribe to the cinema newsletters or something.
I guess people who's really, really into Star Wars probably know.
Yeah, probably. But now you guys know. So if any of you have the time tomorrow to show up at the cinema and wait for tickets, you should definitely do that.
Yeah.
Yes. And Annabella, you had some news that you wanted to share?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, because I got a newsletter in my email from Arda Wigs, and they are having a hype week where they have different sales every day until Black Friday, I think. So it's from today until the 25th. They're having different types of sales. Tonight they're having 10% off different things, and tomorrow it's going to be 15%. Then on Tuesday to Wednesday it's 20% off, and on Thursday to Friday it's going to be 25% off the remaining wigs and makeup. Also, they have 15% off all of the stuff they have in the crafting shop the whole week. They're going to have 20% off on Tibra from tomorrow till Wednesday, and 25% off Tibra from Thursday to Friday.
Awesome. So if you need
check
wigs or other materials, Arda Wigs is your friend.
Yes.
We're also getting some comments in the comment section that Rira says she loves the Disney kimono thing. She wants to do Snow White one day, so she's in.
Cool.
So yeah. And Tonya, as always, Merida is her go-to, so why not? We'll just have to design a new kimono for you, because I don't think Merida was among those designs.
You should make your own design.
Yes, make your own design. Cool. I want to do Ariel or Belle, I think.
They were very pretty.
Yeah, my go-to princess is Snow White as well, so maybe Snow or Mulan, I think.
Cool. Which one would you choose, Melina, if you had to choose one?
Belle.
Yeah.
Always Belle.
Understandable, very understandable. She's my favorite Disney princess.
Yeah, I love her.
Books. Just books. All right. So, that's pretty much it for cosplay news this week. We went through it pretty fast. And so before we get into our main section, the interview, I thought I would share some pictures of our guest, just so you guys can get to know some of our previous cosplays.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to do that. Let's see. There we go. Da-da-da. Ta-da! There we go.
So pretty.
So pretty. So this is you as Ariel in her sail dress, I guess you could say. And this photo is taken by Jon Arne Jonsen. And I love how full your wig looks. Did you sew several wigs together, or is this just one wig? Or
It's actually one of those cheap ass wigs from eBay. Amazing how it turned out. It was going to be a backup wig for Poison Ivy. And then I had to have a wig for Ariel, and it just worked.
Awesome.
Still really happy about that.
You have a good luck or like a happy coincidence thing happen.
Yeah.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, there we go. This, of course, is your bell gown, which is so gorgeous.
Yes.
You've competed with this before, I believe?
Yeah. One time at Durocon and one time at Blizzcon.
And you
Maybe you should be the one who designed the dress for the live movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks so much better than in the movie.
Yes. Absolutely. What do you think? I mean, you love Belle, obviously. So what do you think about the live action Disney movie dress?
The pictures we have seen, I'm not very happy with them. It looks like, an ordinary prom dress. It's pretty and everything, but after Cinderella, you have to do something extraordinary
Yeah.
in a Disney movie.
Especially since the cartoon dress is so spectacular and so iconic.
Yeah, I think we're all underwhelmed.
Yes.
It's also really weird that they have been somewhat historical accurate about the men's clothing. Gaston, his costume is okay. And then they have gone a completely separate way with Belle. So I'm really puzzled about what way they are going to go in the film.
Yeah, I thought that was very strange too, because everything else seems to be so historically correct or historically inspired, and then her dress is a 2016 prom dress, as you said. So it's weird.
Yeah, and the other costume she's wearing as well. They have been out saying in interviews that Belle is not a princess wearing a corset and everything, but at that time, you didn't wear a corset to look thin, or it was underwear. It was like your brassiere, and the dresses just look completely off not wearing it. And 17th century stays are actually very comfortable. So I'm very skeptical about the costume, but I'm always an optimist, so maybe it's going to be so good when you see the finished film.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Fingers crossed. Let's see, next one. This is you as Mary from The Lord of the Rings.
Yes!
So cute!
So adorable.
Yes.
I remember you at Arthacon, and you and Hadasatai were so cute.
I love cosplaying Mary. She's just a bundle of joy.
Yeah, the best ones is when you have, the post-explosion versions on, when you're all black in the face and your hair is all messed up. Love that.
It's the most comfortable cosplay ever.
Didn't you meet one of those who played in The Lord of the Rings at some convention?
Yeah, we met Billy Boyd at HobbitCon, and he loved our costume.
Oh,
we died a little. Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand that.
He goes, "Oh my god, you look awesome." Yes, taking it cool and screaming like mad woman when he walked away.
So like, yeah, I know. And then he turns around and walks. You guys are like, I can just see it.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then people go, "Oh."
Yeah, I remember the post
yeah.
on your page a while ago.
Totally fangirling out. I must admit that.
And this photo and the Belle photo was also taken by Hirasatai, just FYI to everyone watching.
Ryurai in the chat is also saying, "What a pretty bell! Love your cosplay." So you get a lot of attention from your bell dress.
Thank you.
Yes. And this is one of your more creepy ones. This is one of the nurses from Silent Hill, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really love the costume, but I hate wearing the mask. Oh, I don't see anything and I can't breathe.
Yeah, understandable.
And this picture was also taken by Jon Arne Jonsen. Yes.
Have
I
you?
also learned making the Silent Hill nurse mask. If you're going to do a plaster mask, have someone there to help you, because I got stuck in the mask and had to wait 2 hours until my boyfriend only had to help me out of it, because I was so happy about how it turned out. I didn't want to ruin it, and I had to cut it open for a bit. I just sat watching TV with one eye.
Yeah, I was going to ask how you made that mask, but yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
2 hours trapped inside of it.
Yeah,
I would have freaked.
have a wingman doing that.
Yes. Learn from others' mistakes, people.
Yeah, don't be an idiot.
I couldn't find like a proper photo of your hairy dog father cosplay. But I wanted to show that off, but I couldn't find one. So, but that's the one you qualified for the NCC with.
Oh, fairy godmother! I thought you said hairy dog father. I was like, what is a hairy dog father?
It's a thing from the movie. She says, "I'm your hairy dog father." No, right,
Yeah.
hairy godmother.
Right.
No, the day was a complete mess. So I actually only have like one mobile phone photo. The people are saying, "Oh, can you show me the costume?" Yeah.
You'll just have to wear her again soon.
Yeah, I do.
Definitely.
And then have some time to take some proper photos.
Yes.
You should wait. You should do it in the snow. That would have been pretty.
It's so cold.
Yes. And glitter everywhere.
Yes, I still find glitter at home. It's a mess.
Yes.
Yeah,
I work in a kindergarten, so I can totally relate to the glitter stuff all over the place.
I think it was a stand-up comedian called Dimitri or something that said that glitter is the herpes of arts and crafts. It never goes away. I think I killed Melina a little bit. Sorry.
Because I'm doing this in my craft room, or the guest room, and I look around and I see glitter everywhere, and the only thing I hear is your comment. Oh my god, my room has disease.
Your room has herpes. Oh dear.
I remember I talked to you at Toricon before the contest, and you explained how your hotel room looked like, and I think you said something like it looked, if Elton John and some other person had a party in the hotel room and explosion of glitter and fantasies and rainbows, that was
That would be
Just glitter everywhere.
Yes.
For West Cosplay, she had glitter on her as well, and she didn't wear my things. We just shared a room.
Cecilia says that she loved the fairy godmother dress and performance, just the whole cosplay all over. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're getting love in chat.
Leroy Art has a really nice tip for you if you're ever going to photo shoot with the fairy godmother in the snow. You can wear warm skirt.
Because it's a big dress, no one will know.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for the tip, Rurai. All right. So I think that pretty much has allowed the audience to get to know you a little bit better. So let's go into our main theme, which is the history of cosplay. So Annabella, take it away.
Yes. How did you get into the history aspect of cosplay?
I'm pretty much into the history aspect of everything. I love culture history. I've studied it as well. I watched a 2-hour documentary about toilets the other day. So
About
toilets?
Toilets? I was like, did I hear that right?
I love culture history. It's the way to understand how we live now, and it's the thing that we start society. It's what society are based on, and it changed us, and we changed culture history. So I just think it's really interesting seeing the development. And since cosplay is a big hobby of mine, obviously, history.
Yeah. I remember we watched your panel about the history of cosplay at GeekCon. It was pretty interesting. What do you consider to be the birth of cosplay as we know it today? Where and when did it originate?
To be really specific, it's the 2nd of July, 1939, at the Caravan Hall in New York. And that was the first year Worldcon, or World Science Fiction Convention, was held. And that is a con that still exists, and they still host it around. Haven't been able to go, but crossing my fingers. And this was a science fiction convention where people could discuss science fiction. So that's where it all started.
You're getting a bit choppy in your sound, so I don't know, maybe you could try holding your mic up from your shirt or something. Maybe that'll help.
I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Should I continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But who were the first cosplayers?
The first cosplayers was Forrest J. Ackerman and Myrtle Douglas. And Ackerman was an editor, publisher, sci-fi collector of general books and movie memorabilia. And he was one of the most outspoken advocates of Esperanto, the world language. And he was basically the one who founded science fiction fandom. It was like one of the first proper fab geeks out there. And his girlfriend, it's a complicated story. Myrtle Douglas, she was also an editor, a huge editor, a huge number of magazines and fanzines.
Yeah, they ran a lot of fanzines together and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
a member of Los Angeles Science Fiction Fantasy Society. And they actually met at an Esperanto class. And Esperanto is like a constructed language that they made so everybody in the world could have a united language. So nobody has to argue, because Germans doesn't want to speak English, and Spain hates everybody,
And the French don't want to talk anything but French.
Yeah, exactly. So they met at Esperanto class, and that's really nerdy.
But Esperanto, it kind of died out, I believe. That not a lot of people speak Esperanto anymore.
Actually, Asterix and Obelix, the comic, they publish in Esperanto still.
Ah, cool.
But I don't think, especially just a couple of you speak it. So I want to learn it because it's so nerdy.
Yeah, everything nerdy is good.
Yeah, it's like learning Latin. Just.
Yeah.
So Myrtle Douglas and Forrest Ackerman are like the first recorded cosplayers, I guess you could say.
They showed up at Worldcon in their futuristic costume, and it was based on H.G. Wells' Things to Come movie from 1936. And this was actually kind of an accident because they thought that everyone was dressing up.
Aww.
They were the only one.
Oh,
So
So
cute.
I could imagine walking down New York City in 1939 in like a shiny cape, and Akerman had like this huge shoulder pad.
Yeah, I
and
have a picture of it in one of my books.
Yeah.
So here, guys, this is the first cosplayers that have been recorded.
Yeah,
This is
and
Myrtle.
he was really tall,
Yeah, he was
and
so
she's
tall.
tiny,
So cute.
and she has a really cute romper on.
Yeah, and the thing is, he gets a lot of the credit for being, like the starter of cosplay, but she is the one who made the costumes and designed them and everything.
Yeah,
So,
and that,
kudos to Myrtle.
yes, and she doesn't even have an entry on Wikipedia.
Yeah, that
What?
sucks too. I
That
mean,
sucks so bad. She's just mentioned as his girlfriend. And the thing is that in the science fiction community in the 1930s and 40s, it wasn't a lot of women there, but the ones who were active was actually held in high regard. People know who she was and they respected her. And then through the 1950s, when science fictions were considered a bit weird, the women were forgotten because there was a lot of them at that time. And that's so bad. So she designed it and she made the costume.
but she gets none of the credit.
I know.
that sucks.
Yeah, that really sucks. But it's kind of like, I feel like that's like a common theme across history, no matter where you go. All the guys get all the glory, and a lot of the women just get thrown into the back.
Yeah. I think maybe people would have remembered her again now, but she died in the 60s from cancer, and Akerman kind of lived on, and he was an advocate for the general far out to the 90s as well. So when she died, people forgot about her. That's
We
my
should
theory anyway.
We should just make a Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
'Cause, I think anyone can make that.
Yes.
Right.
I have a good source of information here, so we can totally do that.
Yeah, but I think it's sort of weird that it's actually an American phenomenon. When you say cosplay, people tend to go to Japan. Why is that?
I think that it's because cosplay is so much bigger in Japan and in our part of the world. But at Worldcon, the first year, it was only those two in costume, and the year after, it's kind of exploded. So everyone was dressing up, but they didn't call it cosplay. They just called it dressing up for costumes.
Yeah, or masquerading was a thing.
Yes, as masquerading, and it wasn't until the 80s, 1984, also at Worldcon, it was a Japanese journalist called No Takahashi. I did not pronounce that right, I am sure. And
Nobuyuki Takahashi. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And he needed a word to describe what he saw, because in Japan you use the word masquerade like we do in Norway, like a ball with masks. So he needed another word, so he said cosplay. So he kind of, if he didn't invent it, he was the first to put it on print in a newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. So, because a lot of people think, like when it's presented on talk shows in Norway or in the US and stuff, they say, oh, it's a Japanese thing. But really, it started in the US and really early, and then the term cosplay is Japanese. So people kind of mix those two together, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it's also more common to cosplay on a daily basis in Japan as well. Yes. You wear your costumes on the street. You don't do that so much. We don't do that anyway.
Yeah, no, it's a total different kind of culture thing, but it's really interesting still. So we know who the first cosplayers were, Myrtle and Forrest.
Yay!
Yay! So they were American. So that kind of brings us to the next question, I guess.
Wasn't Anastasia supposed to take over from now?
Oh, yeah. Anastasia, your turn.
Sorry, just having a coughing fit.
That's okay.
Okay, it's number 4, right?
Yes.
Yes. How was the pursuit of costuming or cosplay perceived before, and is it different these days?
I mean, costuming, that's like the art of making a costume, and that has been around for centuries, and that has been in high regards, and people working in costuming is the job. But when you put it on as a hobby and like goof around and having fun, then suddenly people think that you just aren't serious enough. And I think at the start, it was a very small community who did it, and they weren't excluding at all. They didn't want to have outsiders into their little club. And now the community has been more open and it's been more mainstream. And I think today's cosplayer wants to have few members as well. And at least I hope we are. Come join us. We aren't dangerous.
No.
So I think that cosplay was considered weird before, but they didn't do a lot to change that impression themselves, actually.
Yeah, totally makes sense, though. It used to be a teeny tiny small community that were just, total nerds and freaks that, normal people couldn't relate to, and now it's like an international global phenomenon.
Yeah, I still feel weird talking about cosplays to non-cosplayers and people who doesn't really understand geek and nerd culture. They just see me as weird.
Yeah.
I have this one girl at my job. She was like, "No, you're not a nerd. You're just weird." I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Ouch.
No, she didn't mean it as anything mean or anything like that. She's just super open and she just talks her mind. So she's awesome. But it was just like, yeah, maybe I am a bit weird.
But we love you because you're weird.
Or
Yeah.
maybe she thought nerd was a negative denominator or something, and
No,
nerd was better. I don't know.
To her, nerds are the ones who knows like math and everything between its history and things like that. Costumes and gaming are not nerd
It's
things.
geeky.
That's just weird.
Oh well.
But I still feel more comfortable talking about cosplay, but I still don't know how to go about talking about it to people who doesn't do it or doesn't understand nerd or geek culture.
Yeah.
How about you, Melina? How do you feel about it?
Well, I have done this for so long that everyone knows me. When I applied for my job and they Googled me, they only found a picture of me in costumes. So I guess I'm just so used to talking about it, but it has been so much easier doing it these days, because you can just say, "Oh, did you see God Morgen Norge, the talk show? There was a cosplayer there," or "Did you read the main newspapers in Norway? They interviewed some cosplayers." And so more and more people know what it is. I think it was harder to explain LARPing 10, 15 years ago, and it is explaining cosplay today.
Yeah.
I can understand that.
Yeah, that kind of brings us into our next question. How has the phenomena spread across the world throughout the years?
I didn't hear anything about that.
Oh, no, she
Sorry,
asked how.
Sorry.
I can repeat myself.
No,
Was
I heard you.
how has the phenomenon
Phenomenon.
Okay, you can take it, Anita.
How has the phenomenon spread across the world throughout the years?
Yay! Well, as we have talked about, it started with the US and not Japan. And then it kind of jumped a bit, like first America and then Asia, and then it kind of went back up in Europe, and then it started like in England and us, and then has traveled down Europe again.
Mm. I feel like Scandinavia was kind of the last bastion to welcome cosplay.
I'm half Cypriot, so I keep a close eye on the cosplay community in Cyprus as well. And they have now a Cyprus Comic Con, third year now, and cosplay is really new there. And it's a lot like Norway. A couple of years back, they can't get a hold of material. Warbler is super expensive. You can't find anything in the shops. And I see the cosplays there kind of mirror that. And they keep an eye on the rest of Europe to watch how we do things. So I think down in Cyprus and Greece are maybe the last bastion, I think.
Yeah. I saw Yaya Han post about this quite a while ago, that she's been judging contests in like tropical islands or in the Caribbean, and they also have a lot of issues getting materials, so they have to be really creative and thrifty about how they get things done. And she's super impressed at how they're able to utilize what little they have, basically, to make awesome costumes.
At last Cyprus Comic Con, this is a tiny island, and they have like 1.2 million people. And they just had a bus that drove around the whole island, picking up people who wanted to go to the convention.
Oh, that's so cool. Where was this?
So, Cyprus.
Cyprus, right.
Yeah. So they are really recruiting down there, and they're really mobilizing. So I'm just so happy to see it.
Yeah, so cool.
Because it's home, you know, and it's funny to see how things progress down there as well.
Yeah, because you're half Cypriotic?
Half Cypriot, yeah.
Yes.
So I live in Norway though, but Cyprus is my second home.
Mm. Well, that's awesome that you have like this dual perspective on things, and you have two societies that you can compare the same phenomenon from around.
Yeah. And they're discussing costumes in Norway, discussing cosplays in Cyprus. It's like, oh man, it's too hot, we can't wear that. It's going to be 40 degrees, so you're going to be a fried little cookie if you wear armor.
Down there. Like, oh god, no, that's too cold.
Then you have to do. Everybody in Cyprus is doing Nidalee from League of Legends or Tarzan.
Yeah, and I read a comment about that they really want to expand the convention area next year, but they don't have a bigger venue with air conditioning, so they can't do it.
Oh, that's sad.
It's hot enough on conventions at summertime here in Norway. I can't imagine how it is in any other warmer countries.
Yeah, it's like 40 degrees. You can't really have fur and war brand, everything you're gonna buy.
Yeah, it must be horrible just with the wigs.
Yeah.
Oh,
and like makeup, just sweat and But you will never be cold then cosplaying from. You can wear your tummy out in public and not be because everybody's doing it because it's hot.
Yeah.
And there, your video came back. Right. So let's that's kind of fun. To summarize the question, it started in the US, moved to Japan, went a little bit back to the US, and then spread across the world slowly but surely into Europe and all of the other places.
But why do you think that it took this long to get to Europe and the Nordic countries?
I think it's not one answer to that question. I think it's a couple of. I think first off, today the world is smaller than it has been. We have the internet, we travel more, and it's easier to get information about trends from abroad. And I also think that nowadays in Norway, compared to 10, 15 years ago, it wasn't enough people doing it. You couldn't have 3 cons in a month a couple of years back because there weren't enough people doing it. And the more people doing it, the easier you can get like supplies and conventions.
Yeah.
Two things. I think and the fact that geek is cheap these days.
Yes.
It's cool being a nerd, and you can read about cosplays everywhere. And I think it's more recent than one.
No, I totally agree. The world is smaller. We're growing into a global community instead of national communities or communities based on which kind of not country, but oh gosh, area you're from, I guess you could say. And also, as you said, more people know about it, more people are active, and being a geek is cool. It's definitely a mixture of a lot of different factors that makes it so.
Yeah, I also think that ever since the geeky books and comics are getting into movie, more and more people are open to this new genre that they thought were like only for geeks before.
Or for kids.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's like if you remember the interview we had at BonsaiCon earlier, when we talked to the Icelandic representative from last year's NCC, they only have like one convention in Iceland, and it's not really a cosplay convention. And she was like, oh, she really hopes that it gets bigger in Iceland, but I understand that it's small because they're such a small country and there are not a lot of people there, and it's hard to find fabrics and whatnot.
Yeah. And the convention's even free. No entry fee.
So I think held in a classroom as well.
Yes. So I think we joked about going there next year in February. Yeah, it would be fun.
Yeah, because I think if someone had said 10 years ago that you could have like 3 or maybe 4 conventions in a month, I would just have laughed at them. But no way.
Yeah.
And see and behold, we are there now.
We're there now. There are so many conventions just in Norway alone. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I also think that consumerism has something to do with it as well, because most people at conventions now is like they are our age, and we have more money than we had 10 years ago. We have jobs and we could buy more stuff. So when we pay to get into this convention, because I remember when a convention cost 50 kroners and you almost didn't afford it, and now you're paying 600 and it's no problem.
Yeah.
And I think it also, cosplay and conventions in general have become a way or a place where people who enjoy certain fandoms can show up and meet other people who enjoy the same things that they do, who have the same identity issues or social issues that you do. And you find a lot of people that you have so much in common with in one easy, accessible place.
Yeah, and if you see like at Spill Expo, we have had expos for years, like car expos and I don't know, kitchen expos. And I think that also the big companies, they see that cosplayers mean money. Just they are good commercial for people.
Yeah. I mean,
so
like,
I think that's why they always have a cosplay competitions as well at this event.
Yeah, no, because Spill Expo really has gone in for the costume contest like they did this year and last year, and in the US, booth babes or booth workers in general has been a thing. Although I don't like the term booth babe, but you know, gaming companies or whatever hire cosplayers to dress up as their characters and have them there sign autographs or just be in character and stuff. And I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I worked at a big convention once, not as a cosplayer, but through my old job. And I talked to somebody from a firm, and she was basically hired to be a booth babe. And she told me that she wasn't allowed to talk to people because she had no idea what she was selling. And this is a couple of years back. And now I see the same company using cosplayers who goes around talking to people. They know what they're talking about. And the second it's more fun for everybody to actually know what you are selling.
Yeah, because you get someone who actually knows about your intellectual property, and you get a model or someone who can promote you visually as well. So it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Really. All right. Cool.
Yeah. Are there any resources you could recommend for those who might want to learn more about the history of cosplay?
This really hurts my librarian heart. I'm a librarian, so I always try to recommend books. But sorry, there aren't any particularly good books on the history of comics. So, not no one I would recommend. I do, on the other hand, want to recommend going into the Wikipedia article. Don't read the article because the cosplay Wikipedia article sucks so bad I want to cry. But if you scroll down, you will find the resources in the bottom, and then you can click on to other links outside of Wikipedia, and there is a lot of good articles you can read. I would recommend starting there.
Awesome. I wrote a bachelor's dissertation about cosplay and appropriation and stuff. So I needed literature for that last year. So I came across this book, which is called Cosplay World. And it's pretty decent. It has a lot of pictures, and there are some interviews or references to, for example, Nobuyuki Takahashi and Ackerman and Myrtle and these kind of people. So it's pretty good. It talks about the early days of cosplay, and there's pictures and names and stuff. So I can recommend this at least as a casual handbook thing. Yeah. And you can find it pretty affordable online. So
cool.
Yes.
Coolio.
Right. That was basically the last question. Yeah, so you don't have anything in your libraries about cosplays, do you think?
Nah, but the cosplay history, it's starting to come out of the market now, big books on cosplay. You have to see quick design book for cosplay, but it's the one who takes up early history. Aren't many of those, unfortunately. Maybe we should write a book.
Yeah, maybe we should write a book.
Yeah, you should write a book.
The history of cosplay. We can team up
But
with you.
But I think it will come. I
Yes.
think it will. It's the market out there for it, so somebody's going to make money on it.
Yeah, definitely. Should have just thought of it first. All right. Well, that's pretty much all the questions we had in the interview round. Thank you so much for answering them and participating in the discussion. And let's just move into our last segment, which is geekery.
Woo.
So have we read, played, watched, or listened to anything fun and geeky that we would like to recommend this week?
Overwatch, Overwatch, Overwatch.
So you've been gaming this week, I take it?
Yes, just a little bit because I've been working a lot, so I have had just a few hours here and there playing. It's an easy, quick game that you can just play if you just have a half an hour. You can still like take 1 or 2 rounds, and yeah, it's good.
Cool. Any else, yeah?
Nothing new. I'm watching Supernatural. I mean, we're on season 2 right now. And I've watched the newest episode of Yuri on Ice, episode 7. And I was like, oh, yeah!
It's so cute! Oh my god, I died.
I just hope that there'll be more of that type.
It's
I'm
very
still
cute.
reading the last book in the Night Angel series. I really can't see how it's gonna end. I hope it doesn't end, to be honest.
I know how it ends. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Yes, good.
Don't steal feels.
No, don't steal feels. We don't do that here. Okay. How about you, Melina?
Yes, 2 things actually. I really fell in love with an indie game at Blizzcon called The Frost Rune.
Yes!
Yes, with a point-and-click adventure game set in the Viking Age. And I love it. The artwork is beautiful, and it's like really old school point-and-click. You have to find a knife to open the barrel, to find the key that goes into that. And again, the artwork is so beautiful. It isn't out yet, so we just played the demo version, and I can't wait. I'm so excited. Did you try it?
Yes. Annabella and Anastasia stood for like 20-30 minutes just playing the game by the stand.
So beautiful.
Yeah, it was very addictive.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a day off when it comes out so I can play all the time.
Yes, that's
Yes.
amazing.
And I also read a book. It's so geeky, I don't even know where to start. It's actually a knitting book. It's called Saga Kofter, or it's Tone Loeng. It's actually a knitting book that takes inspiration from Norwegian romance novels. You know,
Wow.
those tacky ones you buy at the kiosk? And people have knitted jackets inspired by these romance novels. And the book is so tacky, I won't die, but I love it so much. And they actually got the author novel to model their jacket.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, and it's like oldie Saga Norwegian, folk, it's all of those novels. So if you like romance novels, like I do, you should really check out the book. Even though you're not a knitter, it's really cool seeing all the authors in their own knitted jackets.
People in the chat are going crazy over Fantastic Beasts and where to find them. So everyone should apparently see that movie because it brings back all the Harry Potter feels and stuff. I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to.
Me neither. Let's go together.
Yes, let's go together.
And also Hufflepuff power. It's like by time Hufflepuff gets the recognition that house deserves. Because I don't think they are too well represented in the other Harry Potter movies. Not as much as Ravenclaw and Gryffindor and Slytherin. So it's awesome to see Hufflepuff being awesome.
Even though it's not my house.
Yeah, no, Ravenclaw, you know. But still, I'm happy for Hufflepuff.
Yes, happy for Hufflepuff. Sarah says, gonna get that Hufflepuff merch now.
Oh, yeah.
And Ryudar says that Newt Scamander reminds her of the 11th Doctor. So Maybe you can get your Doctor Who on at the same time. I don't know.
Do a cross thing.
Cross-pollination. Well, I've been playing Gwent, the closed beta for Gwent, a little bit. I game streamed it a little bit on YouTube too, just to test out, to see if I could get it to work, and it did, so that was cool.
Yeah, I have tried that too. I have the beta as well.
Yes, beta keys, hooray. And if you want a beta, you can sign up for that at gwentthegame.com or something like that, and you might be lucky and get a beta key.
Whoa.
Oop, what was that? And also, I started replaying Dishonored, the PlayStation 3 game, because Dishonored 2 has been released, and I'm definitely going to buy that game for my PS4 as soon as I get my Christmas bonus from my job.
Cool.
Yes. So that's pretty much what I've been doing, and pretty much most of my weekend has gone to being depressed, unfortunately, so I have done, like, nothing but sleep and game a little, so... yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Cool. It's about that time of the year, It's getting dark and everybody gets a lot more sleepy than they used to be.
Yeah, but at least I have medication, so I'm good. I'm stable. I'm just, this is just not a good period of my life right now, unfortunately. But I have you guys to keep me going.
Yeah.
Cool.
Life is a roller coaster. Yay. Metaphors.
We're not cheesy at all.
No.
Okay, but enough about that. But we just, Gwent is fun. It's pretty much like the game in The Witcher 3, except that they've added a few different feats and a few different cards. So the game is a little bit different from what you're used to if you've played it in The Witcher 3. A little bit more advanced, but good. And Dishonored, I was really surprised at how bad the graphics were compared to what I remembered them being. Because when the game came out, it was like, whoa, this game is really detailed. This is so cool. And now it's like, whoa, this is not how I remembered it.
Yeah, but it's funny how fast we get used to like really good graphics, and when you kind of go back in time and play something that you thought were really good, it sucks.
But the game is still really good, though. I mean, it's a good story, and the game mechanics are good, and the characters are interesting, and the universe is really interesting and dark and grim. So I would recommend everyone to play Dishonored or buy the Dishonored 2. Because they're very cool games. All right, that was pretty much everything I had. I think Melina has frozen.
Yeah, maybe. No, she's there.
Okay, it's just your video that seems to be a little frozen. Okay. So that's everything we had for today. Join us next Sunday. I'm not sure if it's set in stone, but I think we will be having an episode about elitism in cosplay next Sunday or the Sunday after that. So that's going to be a touchy subject and lots of emotions and discussions, I'm guessing. So we need to prep really well for that episode. So it might not be next Sunday. It might be the Sunday after that, but we'll put on something else if we have to skip a Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cecilia, we have to go.
Yes.
I
we have to go. We have lives. We have jobs, unfortunately. Okay. So thank you, Melina, so much for joining us today and talking about the history of cosplay and teaching us new fun stuff.
Pleasure was all mine. It's really nice being here.
Awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, you're welcome. And we'd love to have you back, of course. Anytime you want, you just say the word.
Woohoo.
Also, we need some point next year. We need to have a pre-NCC episode. So,
yes.
I'm excited. Oh,
It'll be so good. Oh, thank you, Ryurai. She just said, just one thing before you go. You all look awesome today. Thank you. You're such a sweetheart.
Choo, choo, choo.
Yes. Okay, so have a nice week, everyone, and thank you for watching and being active in the chat. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search for the CosCast, you'll find us. If you want to follow Melina, you can follow her at Superhero Girl Creations on Facebook. And if you want to follow her on Twitter, she tweets about awkward romance books.
Oh, the bet at work that went out of hand.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, bye, guys. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.